everyone, Linda Israel here, and I have a few supplies laid out to do a New Year junk journal page. The Friendly Junk Journal Facebook group has a swap. Every month it's a different theme, and so my page is about New Year's, and so I've got a few things out here, and I'll just get started now. The first thing that I have here is on my Cricut. I went in and cut the word Happy New Year and then the numbers 2008. If you're like me, sometimes it's hard to adhere the little pieces on the back side of this Happy New Year. But I've found that if I use the Embelly Jelly, so that's a stick with a little glob of goo on it that you can shape, and it is sticky. As you can see, it picks up the piece of paper, and then I'm going to use the best glue ever, and I'm going to make little fine dots here and there on here. I didn't have it upside down, so like so. And the one thing I've always had problems with whenever I'm trying to put glue on something like this is that I end up with glue all over my fingers as I'm trying to apply it to the item. And using the Embelly Jelly stick together with the glue, this is going to make it a lot easier because I'm not getting glue all over my fingers while I apply it to this. So the next thing I'm going to do is line this up onto the Happy New Year frame that I made, or outline, and then just press this into place. The glue will dry clear, so I'm not worried about it sticking out anywhere. Now I have some Bead Design Company little rhinestones, and I know that I want to place a few here and there on this little piece. And again, the Embelly Jelly just picks it right up, and then you can place it, since there already is a little bit of glue here, I can place it right down, and I'm just going to continue to add little embellishment gems here and there. I'll add a drop of glue every so often, so I'll just put, it doesn't take much, a drop to hold these little flat black rhinestones. In the past, I've gotten these rhinestones and didn't really have a glue that worked well, but I found that the perfect glue, or the best glue ever, excuse me, works great. And then the Embelly Jelly helps me place all of my rhinestones where I want them. Well, I'll work on this for a few minutes, and then I'll come back and I'll take you to the next section. I have a 12 by 12 sheet of paper here, and one of our members in the Friendly Junk Journal group, Naomi, she made this little mini tuck spot, little booklet, if you will, that you can put inside of a junk journal. But I like the idea of how she made this, and I thought that I would show you in a larger scale how to make your own little tuck spot type book that you can put things inside. Now, I chose this blue because I was going with kind of a blue theme, and it's a plain piece of scrapbook paper, and it's blank on the other side. What I'm going to do first is score this where all my folds are going to be, so that I know where to stamp and spray with some Tattered Angels. So I've got my Fiskars paper trimmer, and I like to use this because I can use the measurements on here to make my page. I've got my Fiskars trimmer here, and I like using it because it's easier for me to get the measurements. The page needs to be 8 inches tall, so I'm just going to line this up with the 8 inches, use my little McGill scoring tool or stylus, and score down this side. So this portion is going to be folded up on my page. Okay, and then on this side, let's see, I need to go 10. I gotta make sure how I'm doing this. I'm gonna go like this. Go like that. So if I take my piece of paper and unfold it and go over to the 10.5 inch mark, and then I'm going to score down the side. And this is going to create an additional tuck spot. So now I've got this piece of paper scored and slightly folded where I plan to make my page. And what I want to do next is stamp and spray and add some pretty decorations. So I've got a Brutus Monroe. This was a stamp of the month last year. And it is some champagne bottle and a glass. So I'm just going to lay that on here, kind of at a random angle, if you will. And then I'm going to use different colors. I've got Chipped Sapphire, Salty Ocean, and Stormy Sky. And I'm going to ink this up. And I'm just pressing directly onto the stamp. And then I'm going to stamp randomly here and there on this piece of paper. When I'm done using my ink on a stamp, I'll use the best cleaner ever and just use a couple of squirts on here, and then I'll use my finger and kind of rub it around, and that'll help take off any ink that is on here, so I know that the next time I use this stamp it won't transfer to my project. There's some inks that stain your stamps, and I'm not worried about that. I just want to make sure that the next time I use this stamp, it's not going to come off. And I just use a towel. I have a stack of kitchen towels that I purchased years ago, and whenever I need to clean up something, I use one of these kitchen towels, and then once a week I just take the whole stack to the washing machine and wash them. It's a lot cheaper and more economical or eco-friendly than using paper towels or baby wipes. So that stamp is clean and I can put it away. I have this stamp, it's from Scrappy Cat. It's an old stamp set, but I like this Celebrate stamp that's in here. So I'm going to pull it off and stamp it here and there. This time I'm going to use the Salty Ocean. I've got a little party hat that is probably designed to use for birthdays, but I just thought it was a cute little hat. I don't even know where it came from. It may be, so this is Anita's stamp. And I guess I got it for 50 cents or it was given to me. Well, I've now stamped where I want to stamp on this. I'm going to put away my stamps here. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I want to spray this with some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists. Okay, I have here, this is in the scrapbooking section that I picked up a while back. I don't know if it was Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And it's a die cut overlay that you're supposed to lay on a page. And I just like the design that's on it. So what I'm going to do is spray a few colors of Tattered Angels over the top of that, and that'll just add some more dimension. So I've got chalkboard. This is, I don't know what color it is. It's a blue from Tattered Angels. I've got Curious and dark blue Simply Sheer. So I'm just going to spray a few of these on top of here. And then working quickly, I'm going to lift this, pick up the page, and then lay this on top, and it should transfer and pick up some of that Tattered Angels that was on my paper stencil, if you will. And then there it is transferred to the other side. So we've got some neat colors and texture going on here. I'm going to dry this and we'll get back to the next section. I have some scraps of lace that I know that I want to add to this, so I'm going to turning down this corner here, because I think I like the way that looks. And what I'm going to do is take this piece of lace, and this is going to be on a little flap that turns back this way. So I'm going to glue this on the back side here with a little bit of glue stick. So I'm just trying to get this turned so I can show you guys and gals. So approximately that long. I'm just going to use my scissors to trim it off. Then I'm going to apply some glue stick right along this edge. And I'm doing this to help hold the lace in place until I can sew it down. So now when this is folded over, there'll be a little lace detail down this edge. I want to continue that lace detail on this side, so I'm going to take another piece of this lace and cut it to fit. And I'm going to glue it in the same manner. So now, this side will have a little lace detail. So now I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and sew these into place, and I'll be right back. I've done a zigzag stitch where the lace is, and I think now I'm ready to start adding all my embellishments and gluing this together. So the first thing I've done is over here on this corner, I folded it under, and I'm going to put just a drop of glue on the back side. I'm using, again, the best glue ever. And I just put a little bit of glue, and I'm using the nozzle to smear it around. And that will hold this in place. And then I'm going to fold this up, and along this side, we'll put a little bead of glue. And then I'll fold this over. And on the top and the bottom, I will add glue to help hold this into place. I'm using my bone folder to help smooth this fold and help it lay flat. So I've got the Happy New Year little title, and I want to place that on here. So I'm just going to, I think I'm going to do it at an angle. And I'm going to use the best glue ever on the back side. I've decided that I'm going to do it only on the bottom in case you have a tag you want to tuck in there. On this side, I want to attach the 2018, so I'm going to find a little spot here. I think I want to do it down here on the bottom. I've made a few tags. This one is made on my Cricut, or excuse me, on my Silhouette. I printed it and then cut it out. And then here's one that says things to do, so I thought I would put that across the top here. So I'm going to use the best glue ever. Well, now I've added all of the embellishments to the page. So here we've got the Happy New Year, and I've added a little tag that can be pulled out and written on. Here I made a little notepad. This again was made on my Silhouette, and it's an index card that I sewed a little stack of notebook paper, and I stamped hold on to your dreams. So that's something that is important. You know, when you write your goals, you got to hold on to your dreams. So I'll put that in this pocket. And then when you open it up, here is the things to do. And I made another just little stack of notebook paper to put under there. On this side of the pocket, every moment matters. Another little journaling card. And then there's room here to add more. And then this is just a leftover piece. And I thought, well, that'll be good there. And then on this side, it says celebrate, and it's another journaling card. And of course, there's room to add things. I hope you enjoyed seeing my tutorial on a New Year's junk journal page. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends so others see this video too. Of course, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Check out the description box for links to the best cleaner ever, the best glue ever, and the Embelly Jelly from ScraPerfect. And for the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists colors, as well as the inks and stamps that I used today. Comment below if you have questions or if you just want to comment about this page. And of course, check out my Facebook groups in the description box for the links. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a happy new year. Bye.